Hey yo, it's BrendenPlayz. We're back with more WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. This is the final episode before the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view. If you're not excited for that, then what the hell is wrong with you? That is going to be one kick-ass show. So I'm keen for that. I'm also keen for a bit of main event. So this is what we got for you guys this week. Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, primetime players, the number one contenders for the Tag Team Championships will take on the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn, Road Dogs. That should be a bit of a vital matchup. Biggie Langston wants some momentum leading into TLC. He takes on The Miz. Can he beat The Miz? AJ Lee is involved in a tag team matchup. She's with Oksana, taking on the number one contender of Summer Rae and Caitlyn. So those should be some good matches. Unfortunately, once again, no main event action this week as the primetime players, they continue their momentum rise. Now, some of you guys are a little bit pissed off. Xavier Woods and R-Truth didn't get the spot, but we'll go into that in a second. Biggie Langston beats The Miz, and AJ Lee and Oksana defeat Caitlyn and Summer Rae. So the momentum is there with the champ heading in towards TLC. So alright, so this is what we got for you guys this week on Smackdown. The second last Beat the Clock Challenge match. Rey Mysterio taking on Kofi Kingston. You guys wanted it, and you guys got it. So that should be one hell of a matchup. Of course, the time to beat is pretty crazy right now. But here are the Usos. They'll take on the Punjabi Cobra. Wade Barrett will take on Mark Henry. Mark Henry did have the best time. Now Wade Barrett does. Summer Rae will take on Oksana. Ryback will take on Alberto Del Rio. And the last Beat the Clock Challenge matchup, Antonio Cesaro versus Jack Swagger. Two bitter rivals. These guys hate each other. Now they have a chance to beat the crap out of each other for a spot in the main event of TLC. That should be exciting. So let's have a look. Jey Uso, the Usos taking on the Punjabi Cobra, and the Punjabi Cobra get the W. That's a little bit of a surprise there. And Wade Barrett, he defeats Mark Henry, so he deserved that best time that he got, proving that he is in the lead. Summer Rae, the number one contender, knocks off Oksana. Can the world champion beat Alberto Del Rio? Yes, he can. Ryback is on a roll, and that should do it. So let's go ahead, play the two matches this week on this episode of Universe Mode. So of course, this is the Beat the Clock Challenge. This is the time to beat 3 minutes and 4 seconds. This should be a good one. Now, of course, we will continue playing the match. Doesn't matter if it goes over time, if the time isn't beat, whatever. We'll continue playing until the match is all done and dusted. So we'll make sure we do find a definite winner, and we'll be able to place each competitor in the Beat the Clock Challenge. So at the moment, Wade Barrett is in the lead. Mark Henry had the previous best time, but he's out of the question. And in fact, the Big Show beat Mark Henry's time anyway. So the Big Show is in the number 2 spot, Henry in number 3, and Alberto Del Rio in Christian in number 4. So can Kofi Kingston or Rey Mysterio clinch that number 1 spot? So this should be very interesting indeed. Kofi Kingston hasn't had an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. Neither has Rey Mysterio. Now, Rey Mysterio just been brought over to SmackDown. Wasn't traded or anything like that. He just made the switch from from Raw to SmackDown. And I think that's a plausible decision to bring him over as well. I think, he wasn't really doing much on Raw. He's tagged him with the Big Show. He's over here as well. So I think it's a good decision to bring Rey over to SmackDown. You guys wanted it as well. You guys wanted Rey Mysterio in the Beat the Clock Challenge. You got it. And at the moment, Kofi Kingston is going to town on Rey Mysterio. So the final episode before TLC, I was touching on about the Tag Team Championship. Now, you guys in the last episode said, look, why don't you give Xavier Woods and R-Truth another shot? They were robbed. They should be in the number one. They should be the number 1 contenders. They should be in the TLC matchup against the Shield. Now, you guys are saying, make it a triple threat. Unfortunately, the game, you can't do triple threat tag team matches for some god unknown fucking reason. You can't do it. So, the match will stand, primetime players versus the Shield. I know you guys don't like it, but hey, there's always the Royal Rumble. You never know. But, unfortunately, if you don't win the big match, you don't get in the big match. So, just go talk to Chris Jericho about that one. As there's a 1 count there from Kofi Kingston. And interesting to see AJ and Summer Rae both doing pretty well. So the Divas match is going to be very interesting. That will be a ladder matchup between those two. So that is going to be exciting. And what else we got on the Smackdown side? Now, if Wade Barrett, if he goes down here, if we find out that, let's say, Kofi Kingston has a better time than Wade Barrett, or perhaps Antonio Cesaro has a better time than Wade Barrett later on, then we will have an Intercontinental Championship matchup. Now, who will be in that? I'm not sure, but I think we might actually include some of these guys in the Beat the Clock Challenge. Perhaps, Ziggler, Christian, Del Rio, maybe Kofi or Ray as well. Who knows? But some of those guys in the Beat the Clock Challenge, we'll throw them in perhaps the Triple Threat, Fatal 4-Way, or maybe 6-Man Battle Royal, something like that, and we'll get an Intercontinental Championship matchup out of Wade. So at the moment, he doesn't have to defend, but if he wins, it's going to be champion versus champion, so he's going to have to defend it no matter what at TLC. So don't think he's getting away easy. He's going to have to do the work. But at the moment, Kofi Kingston's doing the work on Rey Mysterio. I think there's a cross arm breaker or something like that. Rey Mysterio's in big trouble, but he's able to get out of that. At the moment, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. At the moment, they've got about 30, 40 seconds to make something happen here before this match is over. And one of these guys is going to try and hit their finishing maneuvers here. Any less than 3 minutes, I think it's going to be tough to beat, because I think Cesaro or Swagger are capable of beating each other in less than 3 minutes. So I think Wade Barrett's time will be in jeopardy tonight. I don't know if 3 minutes and 4 seconds will hold. But speaking of time, these guys are running out. About 10 seconds to go, and they're both outside the ring. I think you can pretty much call this one a dud, a no contest. And that is the case. So that is time. But we will continue to play until we find a winner. But no good, no luck for both of these men. And I thought one of these guys might be able to do it. But I suppose 3 minutes and 4 seconds is a good time from Wade Barrett. We've seen the other times in the tournament. Christian at 6 minutes 41. Mark Henry 4 minutes 22. The Big Show 4 minutes 15. So around about that 4 minute mark, judging from the averages here, is the right time, is a winning time. But Wade Barrett's got 3 minutes, so that's a tough time to beat. The average time around 4 minutes, so that's 1 minute less. And I thought Kofi Kingston might have had the 2.5 count there. If Kofi Kingston can win in less than 4 minutes, there's nothing wrong with that. He's hit the trouble in paradise. I think that could be it. He'd find a cover here. This should be it. And shooting for 4 minutes. Here we go. Might just get over. No! Rey Mysterio kicking out anyway. So he is approaching the Big Show's time here. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. He's got less than 10 seconds now. And looks like Big Show's going to hold his spot too at number 2. So interesting equation. Here we go. Roll up. Shoulders down. Call it 3. That is it. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So Kofi Kingston defeats Mark Henry. Can't beat the Big Show, but he's in number 3 in the Beat the Clock Challenge, which means absolutely nothing. The placing's been absolutely nothing. Don't think it's going to mean anything for Kofi, but unfortunately Wade Barrett has defeated Kofi Kingston, and Kofi Kingston unfortunately is out of the tournament. But hey, 4 minutes and 17 seconds and 10 tenths of a second, or 1/10 of a second. Hey, it's not that bad. So whatever, we have one more match to go. Kofi Kingston, the guy who's had many matches with Wade Barrett, his arch rival Wade Barrett, still proving to be too good for Kofi Kingston. And unfortunately, old Rey Mysterio not able to get the W here. But hey, he put up a valiant effort. But we have one more match to go in the Beat the Clock Challenge. It is Jack Swagger versus Antonio Cesaro. The winner, if they can beat Wade Barrett, will face Ryback. And I'm talking about Wade Barrett's time here. Will face Ryback at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs in that match. TLC. This is a huge matchup, and what better way to do it with two absolute bitter and arch rivals. These guys used to be a tag team, and they both went their separate ways. Cesaro wanting to go his separate way to try and get himself the World Heavyweight Championship. This is his chance, not only to get himself in the World Heavyweight Championship matchup, but to get one up on his former friend, his arch rival. And Jack Swagger, he was happy to be tag team. He didn't want to leave the tag team division. He wanted to remain a tag team with Cesaro. Cesaro turned his back on Swagger. Swagger decided, okay, I'm going to make the most of this. Let's go and try and get that Intercontinental Championship. Unsuccessful so far. Perhaps if he can't win tonight, maybe he'll go on to be in that fatal 4-way or triple threat or whatever for the IC title if Wade Barrett's time is broken. But here we go, Cesaro not wasting any time here to Jack Swagger. Might be a good strategy here. Beat the crap out of each other. The match won't start straight away until they are officially in the ring, both men. So this is a good strategy from Cesaro, perhaps. Get the upper hand on Swagger here. Here we go. Cesaro and Swagger both outside the ring here, reminding you 3 minutes and 4 seconds is the time to beat. These guys, the clock has not started yet, will not start until they are in the middle of the ring. So these guys have a fantastic chance of perhaps manipulating the system here, outsmarting the system here. Why wait until both guys are in the ring? Go outside the ring, get one up on your opponent, bring him inside the ring. Hey, you can knock him off in a minute. Hit your finisher, all over. Great strategy, in my opinion, from Cesaro, but at the moment it seems to be backfiring here as Jack Swagger has the upper hand. Now working on Cesaro, perhaps Swagger will come in the ring now and start this one. Yes, he will. Match has started. Here we go. Clock is on. The clock is ticking. 3 minutes and 4 seconds is the time to beat. Here we go. Jack Swagger versus Antonio Cesaro. Like I said, two former tag team champions, tag team #1 contenders. Never went on to win the belts. In fact, they never even had an opportunity. Cesaro walked out just before that big title matchup at Night of Champions. Why he did that, I don't know. But he just kind of wanted to go singles. Didn't want to be held up with Jack Swagger. Thought Jack Swagger wasn't on his level, wasn't in his league. And so far, Cesaro has been proving that. But now, Jack Swagger's got that opportunity to prove to Cesaro that he is in fact on Cesaro's league, and perhaps he is above Cesaro's league. And if he can get a match with Ryback and beat Ryback, then who knows? Jack Swagger could be walking out at TLC as the World Heavyweight Champion if we can beat the time here. But we have just about a minute here. Cesaro looking good, Swagger looking good too. It's an even contest here. And a beautiful knee there into the back of Swagger. And what is Swagger trying to do here? Throwing, look out. And submission maneuver here. Here we go. This could be it. Submission. Cesarian's in trouble. I think he tapped. Did he tap? Yes. Referee rings the bell. 1 minute 22 seconds. Jack Swagger has won the Beat the Clock Challenge. Are you kidding me? 1 minute 22 seconds. That is one crazy, crazy time. I don't even know I think if you even count the time they were outside the ring before the match started, that was still a winning time. 1 minute 22 seconds, Ryback versus Jack Swagger. That will happen at TLC. Can't believe it myself. I would have thought Cesaro had this one scouted out and won for sure, but hey, upsets are happening. And this is what Randy Orton wanted. He wanted somebody we were least expecting to get in the match at TLC to take Ryback on. Something different, something new, and we are getting that with Jack Swagger versus Ryback. We thought it was going to be perhaps Wade Barrett, champion versus champion. Not to be. Jack Swagger spoiling the party. 1 minute 22 seconds. Look out, Ryback. That's your opponent. Guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you at TLC.